What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to react to this video right here. It's called Let's Talk About Pronouncing Names. Now this was recommended to me in the Discord, and when I saw this video, I clicked on it, I saw it was 10 minutes long, and I was like, bro, you want me to watch a 10-minute long video about pronouncing names? This is going to be the most boring shit ever. And in fact, it is not. It is not boring. Not because of the content or because of what he's saying, but because I fundamentally disagree with him on one specific point, okay? So let's watch this video and you'll see what I mean, okay? So let's begin.
You might have seen videos where people talk about making people correctly pronounce their name. Maybe something like this.
You should say the proper way to say your name.
I don't say it no more. I make them say it right.
Now, I think these creators are coming from a good place of trying to show appreciation and respect, but they're doing that while misunderstanding some of the fundamental linguistics.
Okay, this is where I disagree with him. He's correct, and everything he's about to say from literally this point on in the video, at 17 seconds in, is correct, okay? So what is my disagreement with him? And I hope he sees this video. My disagreement with him is over the fact that he believes that they are fundamentally coming from a good place. They are not. They are being assholes, okay? You can even see it in the way that they're smirking and the way that they're like, oh, I make them say it right. These people are being assholes to monolinguals because clearly this is a person from a background who probably speaks multiple languages, at least 2 languages, okay? Their name is pronounced in some specific way in their language, and then when they're speaking with English speakers, the English speaker is unable to say their name. Now, they are therefore at that point going, oh, well, you're saying my name wrong. This is how you say it. And the English speaker is struggling because they're unable to say it because they do not have the phonemes in their own language in English to say this person's name. And now this person knows this to be true. They know that because they would have encountered this many times before. If they know anything about language, and if you speak 2 languages, you've got a better idea than most people, okay? You would know what you're doing is literally impossible for the other person. Now, there is caveats to this. Obviously, if your name is like Sophia, and they keep saying Sophie, those names are perfectly pronounceable in English, and if they keep saying it wrong, then the person who keeps saying it wrong either has an issue, and I'll talk about one of those issues in a moment because it's something that I suffer from. For example, I am someone who, I don't know if there's a term for it, but you've probably heard of the term face blindness, the people who cannot recognize a face. I have the opposite. I can see a face, I'll recognize it, I'll remember that face forever, but I'm very, very forgetful of names. Even names of people who I've worked with and I've known for years, at some point, randomly, the name will just escape me. It'll be gone. And for some reason, I will think their name is actually another name, and there's been instances at work where I'll literally misname my coworker based on some previous ex-coworker's name, because in my mind, to remember a name, I usually associate it with some physical feature of the person. Like, that's how I do it. So I don't know if there's even a term for that. So it's just like another thing on top. Or they're just being an asshole, okay? But I'm going to say in 99% of cases, if you're the type of person whose name is not pronounceable in the language English, okay, and you live in America, that's not on the monolinguals. That's not their fault that they can't pronounce it. They literally are unable to. So everything he says from this point on, he's going to go into the linguistics of it, and we'll watch probably about 25% of the video, is correct. But he's coming from the place that these people are misunderstanding. They're not. You're allowing these types of people to basically be assholes to other people just because they feel like they're better.
Behind the stuff. Take a look at this video, which is someone trying to get what I think is their Korean dad to pronounce the words coffee and copy.
Okay, we're gonna watch this. I actually fucking love this clip because I swear to God, this is like every old Asian guy that I know. My father-in-law is Chinese, okay? And they get very, very competitive, and it's funny when it comes to like language and words. So let's watch.
커피. 비애가 뭔 커피요? 그건 잘 알지.
Oh, this one. I'm good at it.
커피.
Korean.
So my father-in-law, okay, the only real English he knows is words that are related to fishing in some way, okay? Because that's the most important thing in the universe to him. It doesn't matter if, like, fucking fuel prices are going through the roof. It does not matter. Fish is where it's at. So when he speaks to me, he could just use Chinese. He could just say, you know, for example, he wants to say the word crab. He could just say pengsie, but he likes to say it in English because he likes to practice. But he is unable to pronounce English sounds, okay? He just pronounces them like they're Chinese. He's never spent the time learning the sounds. So he'll come up to me and he'll be like, crabba. And I'll be like, no, it's crab. And I'm not doing this because I'm being an asshole to him. It's because he wants to actually improve. He's told me this before, okay? And he'll sit down, he'll be all excited, and he'll be like, okay, I got this. Crabba. I'm like, no, crab. And he'll be like, okay, crabba. No, crabba. crab bar. Yeah, like that's how it goes. Okay, it's actually fucking funny. No matter how many times he's corrected, he'll never get it right.
And doesn't have that F phoneme that's in the word coffee. So for him, it's very hard to ever pronounce that. And research shows us that if you don't have certain sounds in your native language or even just your native accent, not only is it difficult, arguably impossible for you to ever actually pronounce that sound that's not in your language, but it might be impossible for you to even hear them.
So here's the thing, okay? This guy, he seems like a really nice guy. He's actually trying to educate these people, but I don't think these people, like if they watch this video, let's assume they watch this video, I think they're well aware of what they're doing. Like in most cases, maybe there's some random one out there who's unaware of the fact that, you know, monolinguals of another language are unable to pronounce the sounds of their language. I can't imagine that scenario being real. If you're bilingual, you kind of realize that there's certain sounds that your friends are unable to say that exist in your language. So at that point, if you're trying to force it, and it's not a case of the monolingual not being able to pronounce the sounds. Like if you're literally got sounds in your language and you're trying to make them say, you're just being an asshole. Why would we even play with the idea that the person's not being an asshole? Like it's clear as day. And I don't know, maybe I've just dealt with enough assholes in my time that I can recognize it for what it is. Okay. Like my wife's surname, her surname in Chinese is Xu, but like every English speaker out there pronounces it either as Zhu or Shu, or some other random variation of it. Could you imagine if she sat down like at work and just kept like smashing her colleague over the fact that he's unable to pronounce her name? It's like, bruh, like fucking people spend months trying to learn that goddamn sound.
As young as 6 months old, you start losing the ability to tell apart sounds that aren't in your native language.
I have friends who have like indigenous names, and they talk about all the time how they grew up, and they were like, oh yeah, people would come up with these nicknames for me, and I just wish people would say my actual name.
So here's the thing, okay. What does he mean by they came up with nicknames? Is it nicknames as in they are unable to pronounce your name, so they make some, you know, version of it? Like his name's Steve. Like is that what they're not able to, like, okay, I'm so confused, okay. But, like, a good example, my mother-in-law can't pronounce English. She can't say my actual name. By the way, guys, my legal name is not Evildea or, you know, the God Emperor of Elmo. It's actually Richard. Yes, that is my name. So, she's unable to say that. So, she says, Riri. It's like the cutest shit ever.
Mentions indigenous names, and that video had hashtag Mexican, so I'm assuming these creators are Mexican or Mexican American. When I googled Aztec names, this is the first result. Do you see how some of these names might be challenging for English speakers? All of these names have at least...
Okay, so that's pretty much it. And like, to prove my point, if we just jump through this whole video, and I'll give you a link to this video down in the comment section so you guys can watch it, okay? To prove my point that most of these people are just doing it to be assholes, let's just watch this one last little clip here.
From this Latina creator.
If they can say Schwarzenegger, they can say había ser.
And here's how you know they're being assholes. I've watched enough Arnold content, okay, to know that his name is not actually pronounced like that. So she obviously did no research. She's just made the same mistake that the people she's critiquing are making.
That's a good point, except we're not pronouncing Schwarzenegger.
Therefore, it's not a good point. Like, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Correctly. This is how the man himself says it.
Actually, in Austria, they pronounce it Schwarzenegger.
Like, you could take this to its absolute extreme, because, like, obviously we've gone from the English pronunciation of his surname to the Austrian. Could you imagine if we went from the English John all the way back, like, debating, oh no, my name, that's not how you pronounce my name, you need to pronounce it in its original fucking Aramaic? Like, like, it needs to be pronounced that specific way. Like, or like, it's... People are just looking for reasons to shit on other people, and we shouldn't be... we should be calling these types of people out. Like, realistically. You should be calling these people out. Yes, you can educate them, but at the same time, they are well aware of what they're doing. The people who are probably getting educated here are the monolinguals, if anything. Let's be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here is his video. Go give him a follow, like, whatnot. And I'll see you all in the next video. And if you fundamentally disagree with me, let me know down in the comment section below. But that is pretty much my thoughts on the matter. Cool. Yep, sub to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. And if you're not there, well, I'm going to be mispronouncing your name at your funeral.